Yeah, we're good. We're good. Perfect.
All right.
All right, chat on the screen.
What's good? Both of you, what's good? We just saw each other. We all met Donald Trump. Kind of a good experience. We all got to witness together.
No, wait. I want to know what you honestly think about Donald Trump because for whatever reason I thought it was gonna be awkward. I thought you were jacking Ye 24.
Yes, only if Ye 24 was a part of it. So you see here, he needs to acquire me. I told Kai, I told everyone, I told Fuentes, I told everyone. And listen, Ye 24 would only work if they had me on their roster, and it's facts. It's
What?
facts. Yes, bro. He wouldn't win. He would only become president if I was on the team.
Mac, he wanted to be the token Jew.
Huh?
Ada wanted to be the token Jew for representation.
Hey, I'm not on the politics wave anymore, but I will say, I love Donald Trump. My goat.
Yo, first of all, I'm glad you're off the politics wave. Yo, Adin, man. First of all, I got a lot to say to you. I got a lot to say to SNEAKO too. Yo, first of all, Adin, you got to come back down to earth, brother. You got to come back to the people. You get it. You've been trying to be like Tate for a little bit.
Oh
Brother,
my God, I am. That's the thing. This is the resurrected area. It just started yesterday. So watch it a month. You're about to see a whole new Adin. It's already in the books.
Yo, why is there's a new Aiden every other week?
Yo, have you seen a video on him? There's a video.
Oh my God, this dick suck.
The Patrick CC? I was about to watch that.
It's a good video. It's a great video.
Yo, Adin, you're my dude, and I watched it, and I literally said, yo, this is kind of right. My dude keep trying to reinvent himself. What's up with the reinvention, dog?
It's
Be
good.
yourself.
Now, I was always being myself. What are you talking about? I'm me.
No,
Now,
but-
I'm gonna go back to me. I'm gonna go back to Ogami. I'm gonna go back to why people started falling in love with me, and that's what I'm gonna go back to doing. I'm getting away from that politics era. I'm getting away from motherfuckers like SNEAKO, okay? And I'm going back to a man. Yo, SNEAKO, guys, we're at the fucking fight. This dude's asking random fucking influencers, yo, bro, what are your thoughts on Mr. Beast's friend? Like, why are you like, people are just trying to watch a fight, bro. Like, and you're like asking motherfuckers, what are your thoughts on on Chris? It's crazy.
It's Kurt. I can't have a conversation with somebody. Like, even if I say how many genders are there, if I ask somebody if there's only two genders, that's apparently political. It shouldn't be political that there's only two genders.
Fair enough. I know. That's the world we live in today. Fair enough. But SNEAKO, hold on. SNEAKO, the first thing you're like, hi, I'm SNEAKO. The other person's like, hi, my name is blah, blah. You're like, what is your opinion? Like, it's the first thing you say to him. It's insane.
I like conversations. I like being able to go back and forth about something. What do you want me to be like? Oh, nice fight. Good kicks going on. Hey, apparently your screen is black. Your screen's black. Chris is texting me in my chat saying that your screen fucked up, man.
Yo, I'm an idiot, bro. Hold on, I got it.
SNEAKO, did you when you met Trump, were you fanboying a little bit? I was. Were you?
I was fanboying OD. SNEAKO Update just posted a picture. You know what a lot of the people like to say, and especially like, arguments from Destiny. They like to say that I'm just embracing the red pill for clout and for money. But I went to Trump rallies dolo in 2015 and 2016.
Damn.
I went alone. I voted.
Chad,
That's
y'all
the
went
only
to a Trump
president I
rally
voted
before?
for was Trump in 2016.
Yo, you were just rocking Ye 24 merch. You can't just jump. You gotta fuck with
Everybody on Ye 24, Ye took pictures with Trump. Everybody on Ye 24 were all like former Trump supporters. Everybody that was there.
By the way, SNEAKO not gonna say this, but he was waiting in line to take pictures with Trump, and Secret Service was grilling the fuck out of him. Be honest, did you think they recognized you? Be honest.
Secret Service? No, I don't think so.
Like in the team, it'll be like, yo, don't take a picture with him. Like, he's not one of those.
I don't think so. I don't think they knew who I was. And also, you filmed it and put it on your story, so it's not like it's something I need to hide. Come on. Regardless, bro, no matter the political affiliation, I would always take it. It's Trump. Even politics aside, how could you not take a picture with Trump?
Yeah. Real shit. How could you not take a picture with Trump? Like, all the Democrats, would y'all take a picture with Trump? I'm genuinely curious. If you think the Democrats take a picture with Trump, they see him? Come on, I think they are.
Yo, Adin. So I was on a call right before that's why I was late to even the stream. People in hip hop, they're like, yo, Ak, you went all right. You took a picture with Trump. I'm like, yo, it's the former president of the United States. By the way, I'm not opposed to him because, by the way, I think Biden's been like, let's not even get into, I don't even want to get into politics. But like, everyone thought that picture was like some crazy shit. Like, I didn't think that my community would give a fuck at all.
Did they?
What? Bro, they've been writing that. Yo, they've been writing articles and things.
I read those.
Saying that all hip hop outlets have been infiltrated by alt-right. I couldn't believe it, bro. I swear I couldn't believe it, bro.
So, first of all, academics, why do you have 9 monitors?
Fuck you, bro.
No, wait, I'm genuinely curious. Like, why?
Man, it was wild, bro. Who are you spying on, man?
Dude, you're like a fucking hacker.
Shit, I tried, man. Hey. I need 2 for CSGO. I need 2 for Uber Eats. I need 2 for Stream. You know what I mean? We're kicking it over here. Yo, Adin, wait, how'd you get tickets? I know how I got tickets. How did you get tickets to that whole shit?
I know y'all got tickets to Rumble. I know you did. Okay, that's why academics. At first, I was like, "Act's getting close to the Rumble guys," and then you signed. I'm like, "Good for you." How come you didn't tell me when we were talking? You didn't tell me.
It was secret.
Yeah, because I couldn't ruin the surprise, and also like, yo, that's one of the brands. We can't even talk about it.
I got tickets because Dana hooked me up.
Oh.
Yo, why do you think that nobody's covering academics joining Rumble besides Hippies saying that he's all right? Jadion joins Rumble, they're all silent, but all the fucking blogs, even though Adin, you criticize a lot of them for saying that you're a bad person, like Dick Zerto and Jake, whatever the fuck, they will cover kick all goddamn day long. But then we get Jadion, we get academics silent. Nobody's talking about Rumble getting these big ass signings. Rage is still going to be like, I'm not going to Rumble. Ain't nobody talking about it. You see the actual agenda? This is a free speech platform. Everybody's quiet because they don't like free speech. They don't like conservative.
Hey, this is a free speech platform too. The fuck?
No, not until the Amazon services shut you down for saying something that you shouldn't say.
Yo. By the way, you see, you get a motherfucker like SNEAKO on here, and SNEAKO is just so up like an alley that it makes me seem like I'm political. I don't give a fuck what he's talking about. All I want to say, because I like to talk about creators, and you know when I talk to you, Adin, we talk about creators.
Always.
Let me tell you this. I think we're in a really unique space where creators are not only beholden to the normal platforms that we're used to, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, even TikTok. I think there's new platforms emerging, and I think I've been trying to send this message for the longest. I think every creator should realize, don't be a slave to any platform. Use every platform. You should listen, not because I'm here means it's fuck YouTube or fuck any other platform, but we have to start reaching out to these other platforms. And I look at you and I look at you like Kai, and we've had this conversation. I'm like, yo, bro. Every streamer who has influence, I was so shocked when you made that move, right? Because, I think creators like you latch on to that, yo, I'm hot in this moment. And rarely do you see people walk away. It's usually the SNEAKOs that said, well, since you kicked me to the curve, no disrespect, SNEAKO, you kicked me to the curve, I gotta go do this. But you were in a position where you had the youth in your hand and you're like, yo, this is a good business move, and I know a lot of people have been getting at you for whatever reason, but I do think you're exercising your right as a creator.
Eddie, what did he say? What did Eddie say?
He's talking shit on this.
Nah, I'm not talking shit. I want to say one thing. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And what I want to say is, you brought a good point up to me at the UFC fight. You told me it's like a free agency for these streamers, bro. These streamers are going to start to get paid. Yo, did you see Saudi Arabia's investing billions of dollars into esports and e-gaming and shit?
Of course.
Billions, not millions, billions of dollars. Who saw that, chat? Y'all saw that shit? What I'm trying to say is, it's just the beginning for this shit. And you told me within this next 5 years, it's going to get interesting, because now Kick is a competitor to Twitch. This shit has only been a concept for a few months. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, we're going to see so much shit and so much. And Rumble's more YouTube, right? Isn't it? Isn't that SNEAKO? Am I wrong? Isn't Rumble like more?
Rumble is Twitch and YouTube. We got Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Like, Kick is cool, whatever, bro. Hosted on Amazon services, but you can't really upload videos like that. We got both at the same time, and we got free speech.
Fair enough.
And we got our own cloud service. We're not owned by Amazon. Amazon also owns Twitch, so it's pretty much the same exact platform.
Fair enough. I'm gonna get a word in. Okay. SNEAKO. Kick gets posted on all the blogs. All right, Rumble gets posted nowhere.
Matrix platform. Matrix platform. If we're really gonna give credit about like influencers who started this like alternative platform shit, who really did it before me?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a major concern of Kick of mine. I think with Kick, I don't know when the feds might kick the door down and say, hey, listen, yo, number one, y'all are straight copying Twitch. Like
He's so dumb.
I think y'all even have a just chatting section. Yo, it's crazy. Y'all are straight copying Twitch. Second of all, this whole shit is funded by gambling. There's really
yes, you're not wrong. Let me explain. I'm gonna explain because I'm the rapper. I'm SNEAKO. Don't SNEAKO. You bet. Listen, SNEAKO. Fuck that shit. You drank. That was haram, and you also gambled. We had a bet that night.
I didn't gamble shit.
We did bet, SNEAKO. I bet you on that fight. We bet. SNEAKO. So SNEAKO, don't be ironic. I want to say one thing about Kick. Here's the thing.
Classic snaky tactics.
When this shit is monetizable through advertisements and shit, it's people are gonna really understand. Academics, what Kick is doing for small streamers and mid-sized creators itself, no other platform has done it. Offered a 95-5 split, offering a bunch of great services. Yes, there's issues, there's problems. For example, my viewers just went from fucking 60 to 90,000 in 1 second. There's problems with that. There is honestly problems. There's issues, but it's so brand new. It's in beta. Give this shit some time. I get it. I get what you're saying, but once it's monetizable and it's really legit off advertisements and they sell ads and shit, you're gonna understand. This shit is not.
It seems like a pump and dump crypto to me. It seems like something that people are gonna make a gambling bag off now. They're ripping off Twitch, and then as soon as the feds start knocking on your door for this gambling stuff and how it's not regulated in the U.S., then people are gonna go find another platform to go on.
Well, look. Let me say this. You could say that, cool, but once they sign these big creators, man, and it's there's some big names about to sign. It's getting away from that. That won't be gambling. That won't be doing certain shit. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I see that it's going to be cut in half. It's going to be split up, and you're going to get a little bit of every community on this shit. People that don't.
And you also have to think about. So one thing about Kick that kind of scares me, because as a creator, we do know that
Eddie would
we essentially have to create content where ads are ran against
right now, Eddie.
Kick doesn't have, and honestly,
I
don't. Well, I mean, you stream porn, I don't think they're close to getting that.
Fair enough. So look. Can I say one thing, please? Do you know this? Crazy. It was, and you guys both know I fucked up. Okay, academics. Didn't you say something about you fuck? You know what I'm saying? Academics, about the college girls that 17 or I don't know. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. Shut the fuck up. And SNEAKO, you said you like cooties or whatever that fucking movie is. So suck my dick, both of you. I'm not gonna get 2v1 gangbang.
Why are you so heated right now? Why are you so heated?
Just let me say what I want to say, please. I'm fucking with both of you, academics. I know what you meant by that. Everyone did. Listen, it's a 2v1. Ack, do you know what Twitch is back? Do you know where it started 10 years ago, named Justin TV? And this shit was, there used to be crazy shit being streamed on Justin TV. Crazy things. Honestly, comparable to this. Everyone said they were reminded, you know what I'm saying, by early Justin TV to Kick. But I can't stream porn again. If I do that, I'm going to get banned. I learned my lesson on that shit. SNEAKO, stop smiling. It was fucked up. It was wrong. I get it, bro. I don't even watch porn. I haven't jerked off since 2022. I haven't, bro.
But this is why Adin has a new error every 2 weeks. It's so that he can just take away accountability for his act. Bro, you started off this year 2020, 23, I'm on my grind, no haram, I'm meditating, I'm spiritualating now, all this stuff. And then you signed to a gambling platform, which is literally haram.
It's not a gambling platform. You drink alcohol. You drink alcohol.
I know what's in my cup.
You enforce in threesomes. That's haram, cucko. Listen.
I'm sorry. Adin is talking crazy right now for a lean addict right now. Bro's sipping lean.
I open up my lean addiction.
Fucking opioid addicts.
I wish you would just be honest. Because we know the truth, right? In a rare case, I'm a smaller creator than you, but you're a huge creator. I think whatever bag, and who knows what it is, whatever bag that Kick gave you was astronomical compared to any. Of course.
But do you understand? They're offering bags for people that are not going to be gambling. For one, for two, of course, bro. Stake started Kick. It got out there. It's known information. Of course, they're funding it. But that should show you they have this money to fucking pay these creators who are deserving of their paycheck. The whole thing was this, and you guys can agree because you're on Rumble. Twitch underpays the fuck out of creators. Facts or cap? Just answer that.
I don't know. I was banned in 2 days. I have no idea what Twitch is about.
Okay, but it's a yes or no question. Does Twitch underpay their creators? Yes or no?
Well, absolutely.
Not if you're a leftist.
By the way, no one really thought this strongly about creator pay until this year because you thought you were supposed to get almost nothing. Let's be honest, right?
Academics. If I told you the number that Twitch makes off of creators like Kai and XQC and etc., and if I told you what they were getting paid, you would laugh. They are selling advertisements and making a fortune, and they are pushing these streamers to spam ads and their own communities to get mad at them. And you won't ever hear these Twitch puppets talk about it. You know, that are signed to these deals. You know, the Sans and stuff. You won't ever hear them talk about it because they have higher contracts than these other streamers. For example, of course it's true.
Hassan has
Hassan has a Twitch deal, 100%. Come on, bro. SNEAKO. Would you agree? Twitch is a far left platform.
Twitch is a far left platform, but Kick is not that different than Twitch,
God, bro.
And also, don't you have gambling requirements to be on Kick? Like, isn't that in the contract that you have? Like,
I didn't have to. I took it for extra money, and I enjoy gambling. That's what I do.
So that's not in the contract for everybody else in there that they have to have required gambling hours?
No. You're gonna see Destiny. He's a streamer. He doesn't gamble. You're gonna see more creators sign that don't gamble. No.
Okay, so where's the money coming from?
I just told you. It's obviously, bro. I told you, bro. They're not monetizing right now. They're probably losing money. I don't know. They're building their platform from the ground up, and they're gonna be monetizing when they have ads.
This seems kind of pump and dumpy.
So how is Rumble monetizing? Let me ask you. I'm just curious. They have ads?
Yeah.
All right. So look, how long has Rumble been up for?
Rumble's been out for a couple of years.
Okay, there you go. You know how long Kick has been up for?
A couple
months. Yeah.
What I'll definitely say about Rumble that made me a little bit encouraged as a creator is that, you know, they increased their revenue like 3 times from 2021 to 2022, which means they're in an upward climb. Clearly, they have some type of monetization strategy in some way to make income. I always thought with Kick that, like, yo, listen, this is obviously to promote stake, but you're also at the you're at the risk of potentially one day Kick just gets shut down.
No, they have their own contract signed and stuff, bro. They're protected. And here's the thing. That's why you guys you can't be so quick. You can't be so quick to judge. You just said Rumble's been out for years. Kick's been out for months. There's a big difference, bro. If in 2 years, if Kick does not have ads, then there's a problem.
Okay, but can you agree that the basis of Kick is gambling? The basis of Rumble has always been.
It's gonna be flattened out once these big creators take these checks and don't gamble.
But Kick was built around gambling.
Kick was built funded from stake. Of course, it's
there you go. You're not letting me finish.
But SNEAKO, that's public information that everyone knows.
And I'm comparing it to Rumble. Rumble was based around free speech from the start. It was own services. Its own nobody is to be banned. They allow free speech. That's the basis of Rumble.
I'm curious though. I'm curious because I've never, and I'm not saying this to hate on Rumble. I'm not. You know, there was a point in time where I wanted to be on Rumble. You know what I'm saying? And I still am exploring that. But who the fuck is on Rumble? Who the fuck watches Rumble? I'm serious. Who?
A lot of people. The entire conservative population in America, all the MAGA people, Trump specifically. Actually, hold on. Real quick. Adin, hold on. Adin, you put out a tweet.
Wait. I think y'all are doing the wrong thing here. Y'all are trying to make this, first of all, these are two, like, with all due respect, and shit, I'm on Rumble now too, but these are two small goldfish competing in a aquarium filled with sharks.
Here's the funny part. Go ahead, Ak. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Like, you guys are talking about Kick versus Rumble, but in reality, here's the point. You know, me and you definitely, Adin, we came from in a live stream background from Twitch.
Yes.
And I'm wondering what's the future of Twitch and what should a Twitch creator be thinking about now? Now there are competitors. For me, you know, even though I'm loyal to YouTube in the sense of making videos, but have I always wondered if there could be a competitor to host videos? I remember looking at Vimeo. I remember looking at other platforms.
Yeah.
Because when one person has a monopoly over any space, and we're just talking business-wise, this is what I'm saying, having the Kick versus Rumble conversation, that's like keeping it on a base level. You could go tit for tat all day long. But in reality, the whole reason why Adin, I would imagine you left, and also the reason why I said, hey, let me go try another platform is because Twitch, who had the monopoly on streaming, clearly they were lacking a few things. And I'm wondering, what does all these other platforms, what does SNEAKO being on Rumble, me being on Rumble, you being on Kick, and Speed being on YouTube, at least for the moment, what does that do to Twitch's market share? What's the fucking
That's
goal?
what I'm
It
trying
breaks
to
up the
say.
monopoly.
But
It's only going to be leftists. It's only going to be blue-haired people and hot tub streamers. Twitch is going to be an
but that's
OnlyFans
what I'm
funnel.
saying. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. It's ironic, right?
Well, that's not what you said. You also said who's watching Rumble. Look, everybody in your stream, and you especially.
I said that too. I said that, and here's why I said that. It's because
No,
personally,
are you-
my
SNEAKO,
SNEAKO. I'm a double down. I did say that. Personally speaking, I don't have Rumble downloaded on my phone. My demographic. I'm asking you guys who has Rumble downloaded. I don't know if you guys do it. I'm asking you who watches Rumble. I'm genuinely. I asked that. Who watches Rumble?
Every Tate supporter, probably half the people who watch your stream, if they watch any emergency meeting or if they want to watch Andrew Tate, Tate is blocked off of TikTok and on YouTube.
No. Everyone's saying no here. SNEAKO, I'm not. I just asked a question. I said, who watches Rumble?
Okay, but don't you see how stupid that is? That all of your fan base loves Tate. We started this conversation talking about
I love Andrew Tate.
Okay, so we started this conversation talking about Trump. Trump is exclusively on Rumble. Tate is exclusively on Rumble.
At first, what I tried to do with this conversation was I tried to talk about Twitch, and then you came after me for Kick. So I have to, of course, guard my platform. This is my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you don't see what I'm saying. We started this conversation talking about Trump and how that experience was.
But then Rumble got brought up.
Where does Trump stream?
You threw jabs, so I have to jab back. And so
it's not a jab. Where does Trump? It's a question. Where does Trump stream?
Donald Trump Jr. streams on Rumble.
Where does Donald Trump Sr. stream?
I don't know. Does he stream?
He streams all of his rallies, all of his speeches. Rumble.
Yeah, hold on.
Good for Trump. I love Trump still.
Aiden, I want to ask you this real question. And again, listen. I know I'm on Rumble, but I don't look at this as a Rumble versus Kick thing, bro.
It's not.
You know, it's not.
It's
I
not.
look at this as, listen, we are all streamers. Yo, when we all see each other in the fight, we're all chilling, cracking jokes. Our communities all intermingle somewhere or another. What this is meaning for all of us is that we as streamers finally get the chance to choose.
Right.
And that's the most important thing. So I ask you in the sense of,
it's not competition because Kick is winning. That's why, chat.
And again, this is not a got you nothing. Do you think Kick is at the point of sustainability where a mid-sized streamer, right, not a superstar like yourself, could get on and say they're not gambling and they just want to go stream some shit, and they could actually have an audience that will come to them rather than them like, again, Aiden's my friend. Me and Aiden, we talk hip hop, we talk everything. Aiden will call in to give his opinion about whatever. But put it like this: if I'm on Twitch at the moment, I can't talk to Aiden, right? I can't talk to Aiden because the platform has banned him or whatever the case is, or I can't talk to SNEAKO. I've never talked to SNEAKO on stream till now. When I go to Miami,
that's crazy.
When I go to Miami, I see SNEAKO all the time. You know what I mean? And obviously, we're trying to abide by these platforms' rules, but we're getting to realize that us creators kind of have a little bit more control than we probably thought we did. You know?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. Ak, I want to just say, bro, thank you for fucking saying that, pointing that out. It's true, bro, because you brought the right idea. I think now it's time for creators to get valued for what they do. And you see streamers, the big streamers, starting to stream less nowadays, and you see them trying to really kind of like, I guess you could say, kind of like it's like an offer. They're waiting for offers to be sent out, and they're going back except for I just think it's like a literal free agency type shit. Like people should really be getting paid for what they should be, what they're worth.
Yo, to a lot of people who are in my community who might just not know what streaming really is, they look at it like, what are you talking about? But it's like, we're talking about streamers who are more lit than rappers. Streamers who could command an audience that a rapper or a label wish they could actually interact with without paying.
Right.
If you think those people aren't valuable enough or shouldn't think about their future on a business level, granted, some of these people are kids. And when I mean by kids, like, bro, if you're 21 and you have 80,000 people watching you, like, you're not even gonna think about the business ramifications of what that means. But there is. And, you know, I've been in this shit for a while, so I know that. But that's why no matter where Adin would go, Kai, Bruce, your rage, shit, all matters. And shit, you, SNEAKO, like, it's the reason why you still exist, because you do know they hit you for the jugular when they got you off YouTube. They did that to Tate too.
Yeah.
So I look at these things and I'm like, yo, if we don't realize that this is a golden time and golden era in streaming history, it's not going to continually and perpetually happen all the time. But right now, everyone has to force these companies to respect you as a creator. If you don't do it now, you're fucked. I promise you.
So what do you, and again, that's that conversation goes to Twitch. I don't know if anyone saw this. I heard something about Twitch wanting to take, what they say, Twitch wanted to take 50% of sponsorships or something like that. I saw something like that on Twitter. I don't know how real that is. I really don't. Also, there's 100% favoritism on Twitch too, I want to say. Hassan showed a video of a guy dying, like actual dying, and XQC made a great point, a valid point. XQC said, if I showed that same video, I think I would have gotten banned, or at least a warning or something. Hassan might claim I got warned or whatever, but you know, that's something I do want to add in there. So Twitch does have its favorites.
Bro, I got banned for 30 days at first for showing somebody who died. He wasn't dying, he was just dead.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And
that's how you got banned for real?
Yes. So they've reduced it.
That's how you know, chat.
They've reduced it, and I'm like, all right, I guess. But again, you know, one thing I think Twitch is learning, and I'm not here to be anti-Twitch or anti any platform. I think what Twitch is lacking is what Rumble is good at, and I think Kick is good at. Like, I see train wrecks. I see Eddie, like, literally trying to respond to people. I see someone was like, hey, what about the viewerships? And I see him trying to respond to people.
I love that about Eddie. That's one thing I will say. And again, I met Chris. I fuck with Chris, by the way. I just want to put that out there. Good guy too. Seems like a good guy. As of a conversation we've had. But look, Eddie is on Twitter. And these guys are all on Twitter. They're really trying to look at problems. Eddie is one of the owners of Kick. Anyways, he's on this shit and he's scrolling and he's on Twitter and he's just trying to find out and you know, diagnose problems and really figure out what people are saying. And he's recognizing the problems. It's in beta, bro. Like, for example, I got followed about it fucking a week ago. My viewers will go from 90 to 70. Like, they fluctuate. Fucking, he's aware of the problems. They're fixing.
Those are kind of crazy on your stream.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So,
same thing, yo. You know, before we
let me just finish this real quick. But the thing is about Eddie is and Kick, they're taking accountability. They're saying we're looking into this. We're constantly trying to fix this shit. We're coming up with updates regularly. They got a mobile app out so quick, bro. I don't think people really understand how fast that was to get that mobile app out. Like, they have a fucking great team working on everything. They have a great amount of people who are constantly listening to feedback and you know, criticism and all these things, and they're really looking out.
Can Nick stream on Kick?
Can who?
Can Nick?
I don't know. If he violates TOS, he might get banned. And
that's what I want to ask Strain. I want to ask Strain if Nick's allowed.
Anyone talking about source code, it's public. Look it up. Kick has its own source code. I'm just saying, anyone saying that they copied Twitch, you can Google it. It's public information, isn't it? I'm just saying.
Yeah, and by the way,
it's,
you know, in terms of being very reactive to the creator, Man, like right before we went to the UFC event, me, Gideon, Chris from Rumble, we went to a restaurant and like we're sitting there and I'm watching Gideon like literally criticize Rumble, saying, "I need this, I need this, I need this."
And Chris listed all of it.
I need all these things to make me successful.
It's great.
And you know what he did? Okay, cool. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this done.
Yep.
All right, we're working on this. Why did you get banned? We still don't know.
On Twitch?
Yeah, because honestly, I felt that put you in an interesting position.
So I'm not really, it's constant. It's I have a lot of speak on why I got banned. I am, but I'm not gonna talk too much on it because it's in my lawyer's hands now. Because I'll tell you what, because I got indefinitely suspended for an unmoderated chat when every streamer has a chat on their screen and everyone, there's no way someone can fully moderate their chat. Every streamer has a chat on their top right of their screen. Yeah, that's why I got banned.
Know it. Stop.
Well, that was just an excuse. See, like when they don't like your political agenda, Twitch will just find a reason to ban you for absolutely nothing. It happened to me too. They just didn't like the fact that Adin was associating himself with Tate, and so they found a reason to delete him.
Tell you why he got banned. He got banned because they saw their biggest streamer go live and say, go to another website, which is a competitor. That's why they wanted to ban you. If they gave you any other bullshit.
What I will say is this though too. Can I just say one thing? And all you guys saying facts are true, cool. Think about it like this. If I was another streamer, let's just say I'm fucking Hassan. I don't want to use Hassan and shit. Let me just say I'm another Twitch streamer. If I'm another Twitch streamer and my chat is being unmoderated, in the bottom left I have my chat right now. Okay? If my chat is being unmoderated, if I'm a regular Twitch streamer, okay? Do you think if someone is typing in slurs or Nazi symbols, for example, okay? Do you think that I would be indefinite? Do you think that a regular streamer would be indefinitely suspended for that?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely
it's
not.
very clear that Twitch has a specific political agenda, the same way that they're not covering Rumble for signing you and signing Gideon because they want to go box Rumble in because it's an actually free speech website. They want to box it in
Chat,
as
I said
conservative right wing
indefinitely
because Trump's on
suspended.
here and Tape's on here. There's a very
I said
clear political
indefinitely
agenda with
suspended
all
for
these
that.
sites. The reason they don't see Kick as a problem is because Kick doesn't really have a political agenda. Kick is a gambling platform and it doesn't really have an essence of it.
Again, I understand why you keep saying gambling platform. It is funded by Stake. I get that. I completely do. Public information. But you're going to see a completely different separation within this year. I'm telling you. You'd be surprised who's signing, SNEAKO. Like a lot of people are signing to this platform that are not going to be gambling per contract.
I'm sure they're signing, but we'll see. I'm just saying we'll see how long it lasts.
But SNEAKO, it seems like you're hating. It's like ignorant as fuck.
I'm not hating. It's not anger.
You're trying to be factual. I get it. I understand logical. Rumble's been a thing for 2 years. This shit's been a few months.
I'm comparing what you're saying about the leftist streamers and how they Pokemon and them get favorited on Twitch for the same reason that they're boxing on Rumble.
But these people are all for saying what you want to say, but they don't like hate speech. And I honestly, bro, that's why I want to start fueling hate with love. You know what I'm saying? And that's why everyone should be doing it. Okay, so we're on the same page there. Then we are.
My point was that there's a specific political agenda that Twitch wants. Twitch wants you to be watching hot tub streamers. Twitch wants you to not do push-ups. They don't want any self-improvement. As soon as you started doing push-ups, as soon as you started motivating your audience, that's when
and remember when I said, guys, stop watching porn, and then Hassan called me a full right? Remember he said that?
He said you're going all right for doing push-ups. It's not about the moderated chat. They didn't like your political ideology.
I agree with you. I agree.
There's a reason why the word simp is banned on Twitch.
Yeah, that is crazy. Simp is banned off Twitch and you know what's crazy? Twitch still has gambling on their platform, by the way. I don't know if anyone ever talks about it. They have Amazon and Twitch. They have a multi-billion-dollar deal academics with the NFL. I don't know if you knew this about sports betting. And the reason why gambling got banned in the first place from Twitch was because of a sports bettor who lost his money. It had nothing to do with Stake. Also, I'm pretty sure you could still do FanDuel and DraftKings on Twitch, and they have the same slots such as Sweet Bonanza and shit. I'm just clarifying that for everyone. So it's the same fucking pragmatic play. They still have it.
They definitely said that if you're doing fantasy picks, like for example, like Prize Picks is completely legal. Hey, I always wanted to ask you this, Adin, because again, I've always said, bro, you're a huge creator. Like, you're bigger than me. You're bigger than SNEAKO.
Are you glazing, man?
No, that's the truth. Did you not have these conversations? Because I talk to people at Twitch, and they've talked to me at times and be like, "Hey, listen, how about you change this up? Because you're kind of going against the TOS. We're gonna give you a warning, but just change it up a little bit." And it's never about my opinion. They'll be like, "Hey, your sub goal is not whatever." It just seems like there's no way you should be this disconnected with the people who you're probably making millions of dollars for, or you were. I don't get that.
I never got on Twitch's front page. They never followed me on social media. They never reached out to me. They offered me. It's crazy. This is one thing that I have a really successful manager. I have a really great manager who got me this deal. But I did have some type of crazy ad deal with Twitch that I'm gonna say out loud. I don't care. I had a crazy ad deal with Twitch. It was a non-exclusive ad deal, and I would pump ads and make more money than I should have been making at one point.
What's the number though? You just hinted that you're gonna say the number.
I mean, I'm not gonna get into specifics, but I'm telling you, like, I had a crazy fucking ad deal like they gave me. It was more than fucking. I think only like another one or two other creators had it, literally. Like, I know for a fact it's fucked up. Kai doesn't even have it, and he deserves it. Like, I know for a fact Kai does not have it, and he 100% deserves that deal.
Really?
Yes.
And now that you're not on Twitch, why are you shifting away from political streams? Why do you want to go back to like similar stuff that you're doing on? Like, why do you not want to talk about politics anymore?
Because I think this world needs love, bro. And honestly, like, I was going through. I know you cracked the joke, bro. But lean is fucking addicting. I was downplaying it. I was actually addicted to that shit for longer than 5 fucking days, chat and everyone. And honestly, bro, like, I was just in a super toxic mindset, and I was getting pissed off easily, and the demons were getting brought out of me, bro. We gotta look at it like this, bro. You talk about it yourself. You said a lot of you talk about it with Chris. You said, Chris, a lot of kids look up to you. You hold a lot of influence on the internet. So do you, SNEAKO. Kids look up to you, right? And people look up to you. Not even just kids. People in general look up to you. They're like, oh my God, SNEAKO's saying some real shit. I saw at UFC, SNEAKO, some UFC security guard walked up to you. Was like, SNEAKO, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I look up to you. Like, I remember that guy. And I just think adding in love and instead of hate, bro. And again, the past month, bro, I feel like that just wasn't me. Like, it's just like I have my beliefs on things, bro, but it's like, what's the point?
You can get political without yelling at fat women and calling them whales. You can still be political.
But again, that was out of context, and it was. That was out of context. That girl was under a lot of my tweets. 10 of my tweets at least, attacking my community and shit.
My point is that they don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can still talk about that stuff and not have to be.
I'm saying in general, if that person commented on my tweet and I saw that, I would just scroll through it right now. Because I'm in a better headset than I was. I'm off this shit.
I'm going to be honest, like, separate and aside from everything what SNEAKO saying, like, even when I watched that guy named, was a Patrick CC video, bro, there was like an overtone of them kind of almost saying, like, you've just gotten so successful and so rich that you just feel like you're above everything and you're just snobby now. Like, and when I talk to you personally, I don't feel that.
I don't think so either.
Say that, right? Like,
I'm not. But listen, the internet.
No, you're not. When it comes to you on a personal level with someone you care for, but that's been the overtone. And I don't know if SNEAKO was getting to it. I feel like people have been saying, "Yo, you got the bag, right? You're at Kick now, and now you're just acting out because there's really no one telling you can't do something."
Nah, but again, bro. I think you guys are gonna see a lot of change from me. Everyone is, bro. I'm really on this new path right now. I'm telling you, I'm back on my journey. I'm getting back to the shit, and I'm touching with reality again. My bad. I just saw. Is that your girl?
Yeah. Why don't me watch, man? Chill, bro.
Sorry, SNEAKO. You're used to watching. I'm kidding, SNEAKO. I'm joking. All right. It was a joke. Listen, but listen.
Love speech, except when it comes to SNEAKO. Love speech, right? I'm all about love, bro. Let me go punch dildos and shit.
Listen.
Okay, yes. Love punching dildos and acting retarded.
Oh my God.
And sipping lean.
Just listen. Hold on. Let me finish.
You think Adin was actually addicted to lean?
Yeah, bro. I was going through a pint a day with my boys. Literally. A pint a day with my boys.
And still streaming?
Yes, I would sip on stream. Yes.
You were sipping on stream?
Yes.
No. I believe him, But that's why I want to have this conversation with him about gluttony.
But let me go back to what you were saying, bro. Let me prove to people, actually speak louder than words. We all can agree on that. Let me prove to people that I'm about to be on this new path, this new journey, picking up where I left up on and spreading love and not hate. And because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's what Kick needs right now. They need one of their faces for Kick to lead by example and do great and big things and bless people and fucking spread love. Because, bro, I'm telling you, that's what it's all about in this world, bro. The energy you give out is what you receive. I was giving out negative energy this past month. I'm sick of this shit. I don't want that shit. It was creeping up on me. There'd be days where I didn't want to get out of the fucking bed. I'd be fucking depressed as fuck, feeling low as fuck, and I would just sip a cup all day and feel the fucking... Hold on, bro. So I understand my persona on the internet right now is snobby. I get it. A snobby fucking kid who's successful and rich and doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. I get it, but that's not who I am personally. And if you know me on a personal level, you know that's not who I am. I love everyone, I care about everyone around me, and I care about people who fuck with me, and I really do. Now, it all started with insecurity and ego, why I even started on this path. And it's stupid as fuck that I had a void in my heart, and I filled that shit with a cup. And that's why I'm letting everyone know it's deeper than it sounds, bro. It is. This shit is no fucking joke. It really makes you a different person. And it puts you at a really low level, and people could tell that wasn't me. I had DJ Scheme, a close friend, to me, literally told me, he's like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, this is not you, bro. Whatever happened to fucking working on yourself? Bro, SNEAKO, I get it, bro. I get where you're coming from with shit you say. Act you too, I get it. But all I'm saying is let act speak out of the words. Watch what I'm about to do this month, and that's all I gotta say. I don't wanna speak much more on it. I don't.
I do wanna ask you this question, right? And I might be off base, but I wanna ask you this question because I do think a lot of people are probably thinking about this. Again, you are the most successful streamer ever. Okay? That's just the fact of the matter. Do you think there's a side effect of having more money than you could ever spend in a lifetime, and maybe the side effects to possibly not having any restrictions that may lead you to do things, say things, or anything else that might not be...
I'm a butt in real quick. The most successful streamer of all time, in my opinion. How are you saying that? Off of money? How are you saying that?
I'm talking about monetarily. You said you signed the biggest...
That's Train. Well, yes, but Trainwrecks has more money than me, but yes. Okay, but I get what you're saying, though. Of course, bro, when I was fucking 19, I made my first $1 million. I don't know what the fuck I was doing with my money. I bought a fucking Lambo. I bought dumb shit. And I was just being stupid as fuck. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying, bro? People think I come from money and shit. Bro, listen, bro. I don't come from fucking money, bro. There was a point in my life where my family went broke. People don't understand that. People are like, oh no, bro, you were bringing some money. Like, I was middle class and then I became poor. And, and I had to put it aside. I tell a story. My dad lost his job and he had 3 credit cards. And he had to get upgrade my internet speed. And I worked to get my first streaming PC and equipment. And I did. And what I'm trying to say is I came from that. I got my M, and my first M, I blew it on a fucking Lamborghini, and then I bought on dumb shit, and I spent it, and I gambled it, and all these things. And then after that I was like, all right, I gotta humble the fuck out a little bit. And then I bought my parents their first crib, you know what I mean? And then I progressively got richer, more successful, took care of this person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's all about becoming a better person and realizing fuck ups. For example, I will never, ever, 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 ever buy my friends jewelry ever again. Iced out shit, it's stupid. I'll buy them plain shit. Yes, I'll give them cash. I'll buy them cars. I'll buy them things that retain value and get them somewhere. If I buy my friend an iced out fucking watch, I'm a moron. I'm a schmuck because it's a bad mindset. These rappers, I get it, bro. They want to be with the diamonds and shit. I get it. Cool. It looks great. It looks pleasing to the eye. But a plain fucking watch, even you know that, SNEAKO, you know that, is more valuable than a fucking iced out fucking rollie in an AP. It is. And they go up in value, and I want to start doing things like that and setting shit like that. That's cool. Buying a plain Jane fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You get what I'm saying? And I'm learning, bro. And I'm learning, and I really am trying to stay on this path that I'm currently on right now. My mindset is clear as hell. And I'm more motivated than I've ever been because I'm getting rid of that lean shit, and I'm really just trying to be the best version of myself, bro. And I'm gonna go back to that journey. And again, to answer your question, getting millions and millions and millions of dollars, it's overwhelming. It is, bro. People don't understand, like, especially when you don't know how to fucking manage your money and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It is at first. It is, and it creates more problems. You know that. You even said that to me. More money, more problems. You said that to me, bro. You did. and people look up to you. They look at you as a fucking ATM. The world becomes a little more sour. All right. That's why a lot of old rich motherfuckers are all fucking miserable, because they perceive the world as sour. Okay. And again, bro, money's make you happy, but to an extent. But I think money develops freedom, and it helps create opportunity, and it could definitely save lives and all these things. But it can't literally buy fucking happiness, like, to an extent. And what I meant by that is, like, I can't go buy a Lamborghini, I'm gonna be happy in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't, you know.
The way I see it, like, when it comes to the self,
I got one more question, and I know SNEAKO got a whole bunch for you. Adin, and you know I love you. Like, you know, we talk so much. We've been in so many private situations. Obviously, we're talking publicly here. But I do want to ask you, who could check you? Who could check you in a sense of saying, you're fucking up, you're going wrong, you're going down the wrong path. Yo, how you handle that situation is fucked up. Who's that person? You tell me.
I got one person in my life right now that will call me on my bullshit no matter what, and that's my security guard, Ant, who's not even my security anymore. Ant. Just being honest. That's one person who literally called me on my bullshit, bro. Literally. I have a manager now who I'm very close with. His name is David. He calls me on my bullshit. I have two close friends to me that are my high school boys. The Tates, honestly, bro. The Tates. They're there for me. I texted them about my lean addiction. They fucking instantly hit my phone. Instantly talking about it. Explaining that, about life and help me feel better. There's people around me, bro. There's good people. There's genuine people who genuinely care and love me. I know there is. And I can tell between the fake and not fake love. But at the end of the day, bro, it's all love, man. Everything is all love.
Okay. That kind of sounded like therapy-ish. And so I'm wondering, like, how much does... No, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. But genuine question. And Aiden's like, thinks that I'm arguing. I'm not. How much do you actually need to invest into talking about self-improvement and talking about being better and the gym and stuff like that? Like, that's stuff that should be routine at this point when it comes to being a man. That's stuff that should just be routine. The way I see it, I want to know what you guys think. When it comes to, like, having an influence and having an audience, we're kind of seeing Western civilization collapse in real time. We're seeing people completely confused. The culture war is getting worse than it's ever become. Like, the amount of infighting where kids are extremely confused, the gender stuff that's going on. I see it as Western civilization collapsing in real time. I think the most valuable thing that you could do with an influence and a voice is to call out the clear problem that we all see when it comes to wokeism. I know ACT doesn't completely invest into that because you don't like to all the way go into the manosphere. Aiden, you went in and now you're trying to go out. But wokeism is destroying the West from the real time.
I'm not trying to go out, by the way, SNEAKO. I think, honestly, bro, what you're doing in your own way, we've had talks. I agree with a lot of what you say. I do. I really do. We have the same beliefs on a lot of stuff. There's some stuff we disagree on. I don't 100% agree with all the things you do. You don't 100% agree with all the things I do. But that's just coming together and perspectives and really coming together and really understanding. But look, to answer your question, yeah, man, I think the world got so political. And at first, what's funny? I remember teachers couldn't even talk about who they voted for. But I'll tell you where it got so political. Schools, social media such as Twitter and Twitch even, they're the ones that, like, were preaching don't bring about politics. But these are the motherfuckers telling you not to vote for Trump. And it's just funny to me that, that side of the full far left, they're the ones that are kind of like hypocritical. I mean, everyone is hypocritical, but you get what I'm trying to say. It just didn't really make sense that you weren't allowed to talk about politics and shit. You just never were. But then it took, the far left is one who brought politics to school, brought politics to social media, all these things.
They're forcing it upon schools right now. That they removed the church, they removed the cross and they replaced it with the gay pride flag in the West.
Well, can I say one thing? Listen, I don't know how you guys feel about trans. I respect and I love everyone, and I have no problem with trans people. But one thing I will say.
You definitely fucked up. I seen a clip.
I know you're talking about where I said kill them, and again, that's taken out of context. The way I said it was severely fucked up, and I apologize. Take full accountability. That was stupid as fuck. Yeah, because I did say that incorrectly. I didn't mean it like that. But what I will say is this, bro. SNEAKO, the youth. I feel like we people shouldn't be. If you're a kid, man, you know what I'm saying. You're a kid. Let the kid be a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the kid be a kid. Straight up, bro. Like
That's exactly what they're not doing.
I didn't fuck with, I just didn't fuck with certain things, like how in elementary school, like certain kids are being taught certain things and the teachers are teaching it. There's just certain stuff that I don't like and I don't touch base on, and I'm really trying to get away from this shit because it's just creating more hate and all these. But I get it.
Wait. I do gotta ask because again, and I feel like I'm regurgitating talking points. And by the way, you could definitely tell me I'm full of shit because I know your heart and I know your persona, but also like because we're on here, like I'm just naturally in the sense of giving pushback and shit. Do you there was a point that you weren't talking about how many genders? That's more like SNEAKO's alley type shit. You know what I mean? And these days, like
I said that because from that point on is when I got into the zone where I was mad at people on Twitter for trying to cancel me. So I was trying to cancel culture. That was my perspective on that. And I don't know if that really makes sense, but yeah, that's where I was at with that.
Yeah, and that's why I thought about it. I was like, yo, I think you have a lot of influence and I think kind of like marrying your cause and like your movement around that particular point. For a second, I thought I was like, is he trying to do or be Tate? Because
I was trying to say something that I knew would hurt a lot of people. That I didn't do it. So the intent I was trying to do academics was I was trying to come at people who were trying to cancel me and bring me down on Twitter. People don't know this because again, you're not seeing my perspective on things. In this world, it's all about perspective. You got people go through so many different obstacles, so many different things, so many different trauma, so much different experiences. So you're never going to really understand. That's why I'm so open to hearing people's perspectives on things. For example, I'm going to just say this right now. This is not right in any way, but when Kanye said he hated Jews because all Jews fucked him over, his managers, contracts, all that stuff, I see what Ye was saying. I don't agree with him at all, by the way, but I could see why he's saying that even though he's 100% wrong. Does that make sense? He has a perspective. He's not right at all. He's not, because not all Jews are bad people. Not all black people are bad people. Not all white people are black people.
You're understanding, and you're kind of seeing where his anger.
Not understanding, but I'm seeing the angle he's trying to say. You get what I'm saying? I am.
Well, hold on. That manifests into just anger, right? You know what I mean? Like, for example, like in the hip hop world, like for example, I was gonna have this guy on a comedy show. His name Charleston White. He was mad at this one guy who's Asian. And instead of just saying "fuck that guy," he felt it was more just natural to say, "Man, fuck all of the people who look like that guy or wherever he came from." And I mean, with Kanye, I still feel the same. I'm like, "Yo, Kanye, you're mad at like 4 people. Like you're not
That's
really
what I'm saying. You're not mad at the Jews. You're mad at 4 people. But I see his angle. I don't fuck with it. But I see his angle. You can't say I hate all Jews because 4 Jews in your life fucked you over. You understand? I had a talk with Almighty J.
That's not what he was saying.
What was he saying then?
He was talking about Zionism and the agenda that they have in the music industry and the way they do business and the way that he's felt controlled. It's more than 4 people. It's pattern recognition. It's not like 4 people tried to screw him over.
But that's what me and academics are saying. There's a pattern. It's a pattern.
Hold on. Before SNEAKO starts to extrapolate this, let's be clear who he's talking about. He's talking about a few Nike executives. No, not Nike. Adidas executives.
Yeah.
He's also talking about the guys who wouldn't let him buy back his masters in the record label side. He's talking about a finite group of people, less than 10. Maybe 4 was exaggerating, but less than 10. He was just talking about people who he felt was controlling these avenues that he cared about. He identified them. You say pattern recognition. He lumped them up and said, again, granted, maybe they were all Jewish. I'm not saying they weren't. However, when you attack not only the Jewish faith, but people who identify with Judaism. Like, you're wrong. Again, if it's only less than 10 people, you can name those 10 people. You post a lot on your Instagram, post all their pictures. Granted, I'm not saying that's the best way to deal with problems, but he would attack an entire group of people. Like, by the way, you know, and not to start ranting or whatever, but it's like when it came to 9/11, right? And it was, it might have been people that were, or people that identify with the Islam faith, right? And they might have been Muslim, but it wasn't all Muslim. It was like literally 15 fuckboys who were radicals. And because of what they did, you had a lot of people extrapolating hate on all people who practice the faith. That's not cool. That's not right. And just like how we didn't agree with that, we can't just say because Ye made some great sneakers and made some great music, we're going to agree with that. Come on, Sneako. You know that to be fact. It was not about the Zionism. Like, that's a great way how people like Nick Fuentes and others have acted, or not acted, but has changed the narrative to say, oh, what Kanye West was saying actually had sense. By the way, Kanye West is completely bipolar. At least we have Adin.
That's not true at all.
He is bipolar. He admits it. He is bipolar.
No,
he is bipolar, bro. Come on, you can't say he's not bipolar.
You guys are talking as if it's just like 4 people. He talks about the doctor that hospitalized him and put him down this path of like saying that he's mentally ill. He was saying it was a Jewish doctor.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter,
the people who taking his children and saying that he needs to be handled. That was a Jew. And then he even brought up the picture of the red media. Everybody in the media trying to slander him and pushing this narrative that he's mentally ill.
It doesn't. It's Sneako. You're not understanding, bro.
Conversation before, like. You're one of the people, and this is why I always get at you, because I know intellectually you're smarter than this, but you love to go
I feel
these
y'all, bro. Y'all trolling and shit about the Jew shit, but come on, bro.
Kanye West who claimed that I was being controlled by Jewish media or Jewish operative. Like,
who were you signed to?
Huh?
Weren't you signed to Complex?
All right, so who owns Complex? You tell me.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
So Complex is owned by Verizon or Hearst. Who's the Jewish person there?
For Verizon?
What do you think about it? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking you. I didn't know who you were signed to. You've been signed to a lot of different agencies.
Wait, I did a deal with them for a show. They don't control my content. I just said fuck Complex the other day. Then they put me on a list, and I said, okay, they're cool. They don't control my content.
What I'm trying to say is this. I'm gonna touch on it, Sneako. It's still what he said about the pattern. You even said it, Sneako, the word, the patterizing, whatever, bro. Like, listen. I get it. The Jewish doctor, the Jewish people trying to fuck with his kids, the Jewish Adidas. I get it, bro. But not all Jews deserve to be on this hate, fucking anti-Semitic, fucking campaign, bro. Like there were people on the 405 saying Kanye is right. Fuck the Jews. I saw it, bro.
Okay, all right, but that's blown up by the media. It's like 5 guys.
But that's what I'm trying to make you understand. It's Ye's fault. It is.
Sneako, let's think about it this way. Granted, obviously the majority of African Americans may not seem to be in positions of power like that. But, being a person of color like yourself, if anyone, I don't know, let's say, I won't say Mel Gibson, he's been through his shit. Let's say any white guy, right? A very popular white guy, the guy who played Captain America comes out and say he got stopped a couple times by some black cops. He got patted extra hard by some TSA people who are black. And he says, yo, these motherfucking niggas, they're the ones who's keeping me back. Would you not, or obviously I don't know what you identify as. I would be offended by that statement. Imagine if he just attacked people of color. Would you feel like, yo, bro, you might have had a bad experience with a bunch of people, but you attacking an entire race or entire, ethnicity or whatever, phenotype of people? That's fucking, you wouldn't believe it.
Of course, I think that's wrong. But you got to look past that. It wasn't, of course, that's where the feeling started, and Aiden's right talking about the perspective. But a lot of Ye24 is talking about AIPAC, the biggest lobby, and you talk about the ADL, the people that control the media, the people that censor you the most. They talk about certain things that you're not allowed to say. They always bring up Hitler as the person that's the most demonized person of all time. That's the example of the most evil person, even though there's dictators in history that have killed way more people, that have been part of bigger genocides. they're never seen as demonized. People celebrate people like Mao is celebrated in China, and people wear these shirts of dictators who have killed far more people. But Hitler's always seen as the most evil person, and why? It's because there's a specific narrative that's been trying to push for all of history.
This is one of my issues with you, because you are one of the people who like just to repeat talking points, but you never. And I know you are an actual thinker. Do you think that Hitler should be actually celebrated? Yes or no? And I'm asking you.
I never said he should be celebrated, but my point is, I'm not just repeating talking points. Hold on.
You argued the point.
No, I didn't say. I never said that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, you did. You argued a point that worse people than him are celebrated. Let me ask you this question: do you think he should be celebrated? What do you think? Don't tell me.
I don't think he should be celebrated. I think he actually was anti-Semitic. I think Hitler.
What are you arguing? So if you're saying that you don't think,
you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you? He is always seen by the left, is always seen like literally worse than Hitler. If a leftist was ever able to get a time machine, they'd say, I'm gonna go back and kill Hitler.
Hold on. You're not left, but you say you don't celebrate it. What are we talking about?
I'm saying that he is always seen as the most evil person, the most demonized person, but there's a lot of dictators and a lot of people. Stalin killed more people than Hitler, but they always picture Hitler as the worst person of all time. And why? Why is that? Why is the narrative painted towards he is the worst person of all time? It's because a certain amount of people control the narrative and control history.
Your point is now becoming, okay, I'm not saying that Hitler isn't evil, but there's more evil people. Okay, great. Congratulations. We'll give you a cookie for that. You're saying that the guy who you're basically unwilling to defend is a piece of shit, but there's other pieces of shits. No one ever said they weren't pieces of shits.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, bro. There's no room to ever defend Hitler, bro. Ever. I'm just saying in any way to say anything about trying to fucking take... Bro, he killed so many innocent Jewish people, bro. Hitler was bad. He was evil. Like...
Yo, I love watching SNEAKO get on these like debates. SNEAKO always loses because he's a great thinker, but he never puts his points together in a logical form that people can't easily debunk.
No, there's simple things. There's certain topics that you can't really talk about on platforms without getting in trouble.
You're on Rumble, right? You're on Rumble, so say it.
You're on Kick.
You could say it.
Everybody on my YouTube, I'm about to cut my YouTube stream. Please don't come to Rumble because I'm about to get real with SNEAKO. SNEAKO, I'm going to tell you the point you just made. This is the retarded point you just made, right?
Okay.
Let me tell you that. This is like the equivalent, right, of me saying, yo, of course the KKK is bad, but why don't we talk about this other group that's bad? Like,
that is true.
It's not a defense for the KKK, my nigga. Again, nobody ever...
My point is, why has the left pictured this one person as the worst person of all time? Why is that? I'm not trying to compare evil, but why is it that Hitler is seen as the most evil person of all time?
Because he was the leading Nazi and he fucking killed over 6 million fucking Jews. Did he not?
Are you still on YouTube?
What?
No. We're on Rumble, straight Rumble right now. What's up?
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's not even justified, SNEAKO. He is the most evil man of all time.
SNEAKO. This is one of those topics where I can just tell you're arguing to argue, bro.
Yeah, you are, SNEAKO. You are. You're smiling.
I'm not just arguing to argue.
Bro. Come on.
There's people like Pol Pot. There's people like Mao. There's people like Genghis Khan. There are people who raped villages. There are people. Slavery still exists here.
And they're all in a similar category.
Why is it that people get so passionate and so adamant about Hitler, but other people they're just like, oh, it's cool, or they can be sold at a store?
Who says it's cool? Who?
People celebrate Mao. People celebrate Karl Marx. People celebrate Stalin.
Who?
I don't know anyone that celebrates Stalin or fucking no.
Mao has statues all over China. Mao has golden statues everywhere, and it's estimated he killed like almost, I'm not sure how many people, but millions and millions of people.
SNEAKO, you're not arguing these points in China. You're arguing these points in the West, the USA. Who the fuck is actually championing these guys you're talking about?
In the West?
You're too smart. You're too smart to come.
No, but it's not about championing. It's about demonizing. Why is this the most demonized person? You're making it say I'm not celebrating Hitler. I'm trying to point out, like, why is this the most demonized person?
SNEAKO, the narrative about any world leader, right, is different. Depends on where you're at, because number one, media, news, and everything else differs where you're at. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you think about, like, for example, I'm from the Caribbean. Our, indoctrination and also teaching about what the slavery was. We're not that fond of even the British, but the British, if you live in the UK, they're gonna say we helped Jamaica and we helped these Caribbean countries actually get more modernized. So it always differs. I'm only talking to you about the West. You're talking about what people talk about. View these guys in China. Who's praising them in the United States of America? We're here. I know you go to.
I'm not talking about praising. I'm not talking about praising. But we look at historical figures. We look at the founding fathers, for example. All these people owned slaves. But you can look past that, and you can look at the good that they have done, and you can look at how they push for freedoms.
You're moving. You're right. But you're moving the goalposts. If you admit you're moving the goalposts, we could obviously have this debate.
How am I moving the goalposts?
Because you started talking about Hitler. Hitler isn't the goddamn founding fathers. Hitler is clearly.
That's my point. My original point is that he is the most demonized person, and you can only call him a bad person. You have to call him horrible because of the Holocaust, but you can't look at how he brought Germany back together. You can't tell him how.
What are you talking about, bro? It doesn't
after World War I,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He brought Germany back together. Why does that matter, bro? Why are you justifying Hitler? You can't.
Yo, SNEAKO.
Bro, what is? Come on, bro.
Someone who's like, you're coming across like someone who loves to debate for the purpose of debating, except you don't have your facts.
SNEAKO, talk about perspectives. Brother, listen, you gotta understand, you probably have people that watch you that are Jewish, bro. I'm Jewish myself. That's hurtful to say that. I'm just letting you know.
What did I say exactly that was hurtful?
You're justifying Hitler. You're saying, oh, but nobody talks about Hitler brought Germany back together. It doesn't matter, bro.
What you're trying to say is that Hitler wasn't that bad because other people were worse.
That's not what I'm saying either. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you could. The whole point is that you have to call Hitler an evil person. You have to call him the worst person of all time.
Y'all are trolling.
A lot of historical figures have done terrible things, but you can still look at some of the good they have done. You can look past that. You can't do that for Hitler. He's the one person. He is the most evil person of all time. That's why everybody says that. And my point is, who painted that narrative, Ak? Who was the one who wrote history?
Everyone has done good in their life, SNEAKO. Everyone has done good things.
I'm saying the same thing to you in multiple different ways. Yes, you're right. What you're trying to allude to, in a sense, is that life is about perspective. In some parts of the world,
nah, bro, y'all pissing the fuck off. Someone call me soft, bro. It's not about being soft.
Are terrorists.
What if
just like when we're in the West?
Chat, what if I said some shit about why is it about Jews?
Like
what if I said shit about blacks or fucking
I'm not saying that's not the truth.
Or Asian, the Asian community?
You're trying to align and try to
justifying the KKK creator.
I'm not trying to. That's you moving the goalposts. I'm not trying to justify that whatsoever. I'm not trying to justify the Holocaust.
You can't justify any of these people
because you're saying that
they're all horrible.
He wasn't as bad as other people
put Germany together.
That's trying to humanize.
I didn't say that either.
Germans hate Hitler.
I think it's okay to humanize people. I think it's okay. I think it's bad to see people as only evil.
Was Hitler a horrible person based on what you know about him? So a net sum. Is it positive as in, oh no, he did good, or wow, he did a lot of fucked up shit? I say he did a lot of fucked up shit. What do you say?
Of course, I think he did a lot of fucked up shit, but you got to look at who is telling us these stories and who is telling us what went on. Like in the West, Obama is seen as a really good person, but in Libya, they think that he brought slavery back. They see him as a war criminal. A lot of people aren't even aware about that because of who's pushing the narrative.
SNEAKO.
What if it was flipped, chat?
I see the background.
What if it was flipped?
Just sail by.
What if it was flipped, chat?
What are you talking about, Libya, my nigga?
What if I said
Miami.
The KKK?
You know what I'm saying?
Chat, what if I said the KKK creator?
Perspectives.
You're
right.
Real quick.
Obviously.
What if I said the KKK creator? Fucking, he did all that shit, but nobody talks about the KKK creator created fucking sandwiches or some shit. Like it's justified, bro. It's wrong. He's not right.
All right. Except you're trying to do this twisted form of trying to normalize, or maybe not normalize, let me not put words in your mouth, but you're trying to say, well, to some people, Hitler wasn't bad.
That's
But
you're just saying a bunch of stuff that I never said. You talk about moving the goalposts. I'm just questioning why is he the one person that is seen as the most evil person of all time when there's a lot of people that have done evil things and they're never seen in that category, and you can look at the positive things that they have done. He is the one person that you have to say he was horrible, he was terrible, he's irredeemable. And then you even have this conversation, and then people get really triggered. Like Aiden's you're muting the mic and talking to this chat.
It's not
people
right,
you're not able to talk about this without getting extremely offended.
Because you're not Jewish. Are you?
What does that have to do with the? See, you see the identity politics act. Like, if you even talk about it, people are like, "I'm Jewish. I can't have this conversation." You should be able to have to talk about it without putting these. Like, it's just a conversation. I'm not saying he's a good person.
No, SNEAKO. It matters because a lot of people who debate for the purpose of debating, they never understand the hurt and the pain. It's like a lot of white people talking about slavery, and that basically say, "Hey, get over it. We're in 2023." When obviously people who are still feeling the remnants and actually the ramifications of what slavery did to not only their community and also their family and also their lineage.
SNEAKO is
it's
not
gonna be a little
right,
bit
you
more
idiots.
than just, hey, listen, let's just talk about this. Is not identity politics at that point. You're talking about people who might.
What is identity politics?
Because y'all are not understanding my
when
perspective.
You're talking to someone who might
if my mom was in the stream, she would cry. Y'all are not understanding perspective, bro. It doesn't matter.
Because of what you're talking about.
SNEAKO's family.
In a,
bro, y'all are not talking about perspective.
We're just
bro.
having
if it was
a discourse
flipped,
of opinions.
and it was another race
But
that you guys are race or your background.
Okay,
It would be a different story for all y'all. I know it, bro.
Ancestors.
Stop
If
being
you're not
fucking
able
weird.
to have a debate because of your ancestors, then like that's holding back a lot of conversations.
SNEAKO, that's like me saying,
hold on.
yo, I never met none of my ancestors that was slaves, so why the fuck I give a fuck about slavery? Brother, you sounding crazy right now.
There's a difference between giving a fuck about slavery and being able to talk about slavery. You can be able to talk about it without saying I'm offended because my ancestors. Like, it's a discussion. Slavery still happens now. A lot of different ethnicities were enslaved.
I don't think he's shutting down because he's not willing to talk about it. He's shutting down because you're not empathizing with maybe the effects of what that did to people like him. Just like
Same thing with me. I have ancestors. Like my grandfather, for example, was possibly in a work camp. My grandfather from Europe was possibly, like, we're finding stuff out about that. And I'm able to have this conversation without getting extremely offended because I've never met this person. My grandfather, we should be able to have these conversations without getting like, oh, I'm Jewish, I'm black, so slavery is the worst thing ever. I'm Jewish, so the Holocaust is the worst thing ever. Like,
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I get what you're saying. I do. But
what point did I really make in this debate? You guys got really angry. What did I say?
I got mad when you said nobody talks about Hitler. You said Hitler's the most evil man. Nobody talks about how Hitler tried to bring back Germany or some shit like that. Brought Germany back. That's where I got really upset with you.
And you talk about perspective. Like, your whole point is perspective right now. Can't you try to empathize with the fact that he saw his country? Hold on. You didn't even let me finish. How a World War I soldier saw his country crumble in real time. They saw the Treaty of Paris and how the rest of Europe screwed over Germany. And this guy's extremely angry and he wants to mobilize Germany. If you want to talk about perspective, that's the guy who saw his country get crumbled and he wanted to bring it back. There's a perspective that people should be able to empathize with. Does that justify the Holocaust? Absolutely not. But this is a conversation that people are not able to talk about.
But why have that conversation? What's the point? What is the point of this? Are you going back in time? Do you want to give Hitler his flowers?
To break the Overton window, because we talk about like the benefits of Ye 24. Ye was the first person to say like, okay, let's actually look about this. We immediately shut out these conversations, and then we're able to not even question history and not question a possible narrative that might have been sold to us in schools from history books that were written by certain types of people. They lie in history a lot.
Respectfully, and even with, you know, Kanye speaking on like the Holocaust like that, like, I mean, maybe I don't know how he feels about slavery, but it's like there's a lot of families who, you know, their whole lineage has been devastated by that. They wouldn't just allow someone that was not even black to speak about slavery and just kind of impose what, like, you have Kanye talking about, oh yeah, let's forget all that, let's just talk about the Holocaust like in a different, bro. Come on, bro. Like you understand what?
I didn't even say that. You're just putting words into my mouth because people are. This is the point. I'm just trying to call out the programming. You even talk about this. You even say like, "Hey, maybe we should look at Hitler's perspective." When we talk about perspective, you even say that, and people get so angry. People like are so adamant to defend this thing. If you talk about slavery around a lot of black people, are like, "My ancestors were enslaved." Well, so were Irish people were slaves. Jewish people were slaves. There's slaves right now in Libya. You can argue that the people in China are slaves, but do people get that? Why don't the Chinese people get so mad about like when people make jokes about the iPhones and people jumping off the roof? You don't see Chinese people and Asian people be like, but the kids in China, they don't do that because it's not pushed. It's not pushed in the books. We are not sold a specific narrative. That is the programming. And that's why I'm glad that he was able to talk about that because he shifted the conversation for so long. He's the most evil person ever. He's the most evil person ever. Well, is he? Were there people that killed more people? Were there genocides that happened in other countries that we don't talk about as much? Why is this the one thing that we are focused on so much in U.S. history and not about other evil dictators? That's the whole point. It's not me trying to defend. It's not me trying to go and champion. You made it seem like I'm trying to celebrate. I never even said that. I'm just saying it's good to think about things in a different way because maybe we were sold a specific narrative.
A straight question, and you struggle to answer. I said, was Hitler a net positive or was he an evil person?
I don't think he was a good person. No.
So you agree that he was a piece of shit?
Why are you trying to get me to say the same thing that everybody else is saying?
No. Bro.
What? He is a piece of shit. Do you agree?
Yo,
I don't think he was a good person, man. I do not. I think he was anti-Semitic, of course. I think that he was a total dictator. I think he was egotistical. I don't think he was a good Christian. I don't think. But
you're being a bitch on these topics. I'm gonna tell you what. Yo, somebody.
I'm not saying he's a piece of shit, just like you.
No. Because
I'm gonna end this shit,
when
bro.
you're
I'm
unwilling to admit certain truths, in the sense of,
chat.
yo, somebody might be an asshole, or somebody might have an attitude, or somebody might not be the nicest of guy. But he's not an evil person. That's not an evil person.
I never said he wasn't an evil person. But you want me to get that to just agree with this.
You've never said yes.
Like, no, I'm gonna be honest. SNEAKO, like, I can actually see where you're coming, like, getting at, but it's still not even, bro. I'm Jewish, but like, and my people, my family's family, like, you know, ancestors and shit, they went through it. I never even got to experience it. So I'm just saying we all didn't experience something like that. Like, I mean, for real, you're rolling your eyes and stuff. It's just hurtful. Like, you gotta understand that anyone that's like disagreeing, like, what if
did I say it's hurtful?
I didn't fuck with how you like. It just came off how you were justifying it.
Okay, but what did I say specifically that hurt your feelings?
I'm gonna be honest. It hurt when you said nobody talks about how Hitler brought Germany back, like, or like was bringing it
That's
back.
That's hurtful.
Like, it's just kind of justifying it in a way. It just felt like you were justifying it. That's all.
Okay, if you celebrate the founding fathers, are you justifying slavery? Or are you actually looking at the good they did for freedom of speech and the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms? Like, if I wave the American flag, am I celebrating slavery? What's the difference?
I actually didn't think of it like that. But you got to understand.
They're not going to clip that, though. They're not going to clip that when fucking DeZerto tries to call me a Nazi after this debate.
Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery.
Yeah, but not even... See, a lot of history is manipulated by people. Abraham Lincoln didn't care about the slaves. If you actually looked at his speeches and look at what he talked about, the Civil War was not really about slavery. It was about states' rights. It was like a lot of people in the North were just as racist as people in the South. Like, if you actually like really read into what happened in history, a lot of it is manipulated by a specific narrative, and what they tell us in school is not a lot of times what happened. Abraham Lincoln didn't give a fuck about black people. You think he cared about blacks? Really? You think he cared about slaves? Like, it was about the banks. It was about taxing the South. It's always about money.
Yeah, see, I don't know my history, bro. That's why I'm getting away from this stuff.
This is why we need to look into things more, but like, this is how they prevent us from looking into things more, because we get so offended before you go look past the wall. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, when I say that was that bad, I didn't even...
Yeah, but SNEAKO, you're doing that red pill bullshit where you say something.
I gotta pee, Chad. I gotta pee.
Off-putting to actual
I
reasonable conversation. Then you try to bring
maybe
a point that could be thought about, and then you're like, "Well, did I trigger you enough?" You can't like the first conversation about Hitler. I just think was absurd.
But then go ahead.
If you talk about the founding fathers, I actually think that you might be like That only that point. There is a conversation to be had there, but it's not a conversation that behooves or actually defends Hitler. When you juxtapose that with your defense or you even normalizing Hitler, it's still going to seem ridiculous. But if you just want to go into a conversation about the founding fathers, I think that's separate. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, brother. Like you're trying to equate like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to point out how there's a specific narrative that we're all supposed to believe in. We're so emotionally attached to this part of history that most people don't even really know about, and why. It's because we hear so many times Hitler's evil. Hitler's the most evil person. If I went back in time, I could kill Hitler. And so we start believing these things. We start attaching ourselves emotionally to the subject without looking really deeply into it and without comparing other figureheads in history. That's the point. I'm just trying. It's not red pill bullshit. It's just trying to point out the fact that a lot of us are programmed and we don't even realize it. This is a good test to how people are programmed.
SNEAKO, let me ask you this question. What's your overall goal? Because sometimes I watch you spew some of this narrative and I'm like, it doesn't help you. Definitely doesn't help you financially. It doesn't help you gain more allies. Or
I care about truth. I genuinely care about truth. I like to unplug myself and wake myself up and wake other people up. I've been plugged in. I've bought into some woke garbage before, and I think that it holds you back. And I don't want anything to be able to hold back my mind. I would like to have a free mind. So the active pursuit of that is extremely important to me. If I'm going to take financial hits for it, then fuck it. I think the truth is more. That's the most important thing for me to talk about.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it's woke garbage with maybe some of the common thought about some of the stuff you're saying. Now, again, if you're trying to introduce like some new things that people could think about, like whatever you said about the founding fathers, I think
all right,
okay, you gotta be honest,
bro. I told myself
I think trying to rewrite the Holocaust.
I gotta be better,
like,
bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Is anyone hurt or offended? Because I'm not trying to hurt anyone. At train,
because I don't think you understand also the concept of hurt. I think you think everything is a debate, and not everything.
If train comes, I want to talk about.
And it's not going to be a debate.
The platform people, because they were trying to come at
like you ever had a relative get murdered? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Very close to you?
Somewhat close.
Unfortunately, I've been there a few times.
Prayers in the chat. RP in the chat.
The family who loves that person usually isn't trying to have debates. It's emotionally charged, and also not saying always correctly on task, but those emotions can't be just subsided because there could be a debate to be had. And when you start talking about things that
I just texted Train chat.
People,
should he come on or should I end?
To advocate for people who might be Jewish, but I also empathize for people who have, had, a lineage of people that might have been in slavery. It's not something that you want to just have a debate that's devoid of all these feelings and emotions that you might think, because it's a debate that doesn't work. If you don't understand that,
I believe in facts over feelings. I think if you get hurt about a conversation about something that happened in history, then that's fine. But I think debate is important. I think conversation is important. Like I don't think I said anything hurtful. I don't think I said anything provocative here.
Yeah, that facts over feeling shit is like, that's red pill shit, in the sense of, oh, we could talk to a bunch of chicks about that. But when you have people who have died, like, for example, I covered the war in Chirac, my nigga.
You covered a lot of people who died.
Hold on. I learned later that when you have people dealing with trauma, have you dealt with trauma? Have you dealt with a sibling, a mother, or a sister who maybe got raped, got touched, who was dealing with trauma that whatever you're talking about on a debate level, that won't connect? You're not thinking about that because you're saying facts over feelings. Facts doesn't overcome that feeling. So that's the only thing I disconnect with you on, because that's not real. Facts over feelings actually is saying that we're not humans. If you go through a traumatic event right now, your entire mindset will be
Okay, but
shaped.
here's the thing: none of us were enslaved, and none of us were in the Holocaust. So it's like this is not a relative. It's not a good analogy.
If you think we're as removed just because you weren't in it, you're not understanding what life is.
Yawning, chat. Are y'all yawning?
But I told you my grandfather was possibly part of this thing, and I'm still talking about it.
Maybe you could talk about it. If you're not like, let me tell you this: this whole thing about like this, life isn't a full like.
But I will tell you one
thing.
thing.
Life isn't just a black and white.
I'm either gonna play with Jake or Scary Game.
Life is about experiences, today, what you've gone through,
and I'm a gamble.
If you've been through some shit,
I don't think this shit was gonna be
like put like this. And you know, I'm hopefully making up a fictional event. Hopefully, this.
I already played Jake.
You know, I don't know nothing.
Jake, you ready to play, buddy?
About this. If you had a sister that got taken advantage of by a nigga, against her will, anytime she ever told you that she was hanging out with a guy, you would have certain feelings and certain things that you would probably try to put in place to make sure that doesn't happen. If you just think everything is just black and white, my nigga, you got to get out this red pill bullshit, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
That's a little bit different than talking about people that like these people are. My sister's alive. This analogy doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, no. It doesn't make any sense to you because you're acting dense. So let me give you a realistic approach, right? So where I grew up at, you know, I made it to the United States and great, I'm rich, all that type of shit. But slavery was the reason why my family was in the countryside of Jamaica. Running away from slave masters and hearing about your great-grandmother and your great-great-grandmother escaping situations, or your great-great-grandfather being imprisoned or having shit happen to him. If you're just devoid of all that because you got a couple tattoos and you in Miami, brother, that's you. That's you. You can't connect with history. Maybe you should retrace your history. Maybe you should see what people sacrifice for you, because I know what they sacrifice for me.
I'm trying to connect with history by having a conversation about it.
Again, I'm not trying to say that this is going to block all conversation. I'm just trying to say we have to.
That was a very like woke argument. That's like when you see a girl like, where you're trying to talk about. No. That's like when you talk about rape culture, and then a girl's like, and she starts yelling about this. Like we're having a conversation about. It's very like victim mentality you're coming with.
Wait. You can't talk about like you're talking about rape culture compared to. Again, there's many conversations and, you know, positions about rape culture. There's real historical facts about why black and brown people are in North America, why black and brown people were in places like Jamaica. Like again, you know, we could get into this rape culture shit, but like, you know, you could be a little bit like that's a little bit different.
So what's your point? You don't want to talk. Like, is your general point? Like, I get it. Like, I'm hearing that it hurts people's feelings. Should we not talk about this because people get feelings hurt?
That's not the point, SNEAKO.
Can I ask you a question, SNEAKO? Would you say? I haven't said a word in a year. Let me say one thing, SNEAKO. Would you say you talking about certain things? You could see. Can you see how people can get hurt?
Of course.
And don't you say to preach love and you know, try not to hurt people?
Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to have an open dialogue about history and talk about the differences in the program. I'm not trying to hurt anybody by what I'm saying. I think both of you know that.
No, SNEAKO, I know you're not trying to hurt anyone, but people are definitely heard about this conversation, right?
Okay.
So you are hurting people.
SNEAKO, I guess the point, and I think Adin's making it, but I was going to say, is that no one's saying these conversations can't be had. Like
that's kind of what you're insinuating. Aiden's saying that people are hurt. You're saying that you're comparing it to your sister.
That's not what I said. I said that if you're going to have these conversations in a vacuum where you don't also take into account the real hurt and trauma that's associated with these conversations, you're full of shit.
Exactly. Of course I acknowledge it. Of course I am acknowledging it.
No, it's like me talking about slavery and not acknowledging the ramifications of it. Great, we could talk about it in a holistic vacuum, but that wouldn't be real. You're talking about sensitive subjects.
And I say stuff
all
about
I'm trying to say
leaders.
is, had
and
a
shit.
little bit
Are
of
y'all gonna
not
say
only
soft?
sensibility and
When people
sensitivity,
get hurt?
but understand that when you're talking about it, there has been people affected. That's it. I'm not again.
So you want me to preface it by saying this is how woke people talk? I'm
No,
not
so
racist.
ironic, literally.
To
It's so
acknowledge it and
ironic,
then
bro.
talk about it.
No,
Slavery
secret.
was bad. Not
so
to say that
sweet.
Hitler was the best person.
When these things happen, there's trauma and also ramifications of it.
How do you want to have these conversations?
Hold on. Take it into consideration. Like, SNEAKO, let me give you an example. And because I had to learn this as a content creator, right? When a mother loses a son, if I wanted to debate about what happened that the son lost their life, you have to realize that there's people and other things connected to that person dying. If you just think it's just black and white is just debating, I think you're being dense. You're smart enough to know because you have emotions yourself and because you have lived a real experience that it's a little bit more than that. Not saying let's not talk about it. Take into account, and by the way, if that's too much to ask, that's just you not being prepared to have that conversation. That's
so consider it. So acknowledge it before having the conversation.
Safe
space time.
No, that's not it. I said, put it like this. You have to acknowledge, like, if we're going to have a full totality of conversation about it, you got to acknowledge the ramifications. You also have to acknowledge what's going on. Like, for example, I'm going to give you the best example. When I used to do the war in Chirac, the very first instinct in my mind was that, well, why are you guys murdering each other? That just seems illogical. You guys are stupid. You're acting like morons. You're acting like inhumane beasts. That makes sense in a logical sense, right? That's obvious, black and white. But then you realize, well, these people are indoctrinated because they've seen their uncle, their cousin, their brother, their sister get murdered by another group of people. And they have now been put in the situation. So again, I'm not saying don't talk about it, but if you're going to talk about it on an educated level, you should take it into perspective. If you don't take it into perspective, you're having a conversation that's not rooted in reality. Because reality isn't black and white. When you listen to niggas who do this red pill bullshit, they talk black and white. Reality ain't black and white, my nigga. Nothing is black and white. And if you say it is, you're delusional. I'm just sorry to say.
I didn't say. You just made up a whole argument that I didn't even make.
But do you hear what I was trying to say?
Consider it, like, just be more empathetic. Is that it?
He's basically saying understand perspective. Like,
that's exactly what you guys aren't doing. That's exactly what both of you didn't do this whole argument. Is understand the thing that triggered you was understand.
I don't care about Hitler's perspective. I don't care.
So it's either understand perspective or don't. Because
there's no justifying a guy who killed 6 million people.
Bro, so it's understand perspective or not. Because Hitler, whether or not I understand why you think he's evil, I don't think he was a good person as well. But to not understand it, he's also a human. So you also need to understand that perspective if you're going to use that as an argument. You can't just shut him out and say, no, understand everyone's perspective but this one guy.
I understand Hitler has a perspective, but I don't agree or even want to even... Why would you... I mean, yeah, like, of course everyone's probably wondering, why did you do it? Of course, like, everyone's like, what was your perspective on doing that? But it's like, and I get what you're saying with that, but it's like, why does it matter what Hitler's perspective is? He's a sick man. You even admitted he's a piece of shit, SNEAKO, right? He was evil, right? SNEAKO was evil.
I think he was a bad person. I don't know if he was evil. I haven't met the guy. I think he was a bad person.
Bro, I'm done. SNEAKO, so you're
telling me he was a bad person.
SNEAKO, was Hitler...
But you see what you guys are doing?
SNEAKO, was Hitler evil?
Do you see what you're doing? You want me to agree with this?
You're trying to do the red pill shit. I see what you're saying. You're just doing this to do it. It was Hitler evil.
Was Thomas Jefferson evil?
SNEAKO, was Hitler evil?
What's your criteria of evil? Murder?
Look up the definition of evil.
I'm asking you. You want me to just say this so bad? You need me to say the same thing as you so bad. What is your criteria of evil?
Profoundly immoral, and wicked.
Yeah, I think he did. He did commit some wicked behavior.
So is he evil?
I don't want to say the same thing that you're saying, man. I don't want to go and I'm not going to partake in this group thing. I'm not going to go and
Bro,
do this.
You literally, you know what's funny? No, you know what's funny? I said, is Hitler evil? You said, I don't know. I didn't know the guy. And then I said, I read the definition. You said, yeah, he was wicked. So you basically, is he evil?
I would say, but I don't want to partake in this. Like, you need to say exactly what I believe thing.
You just said it though. You just said he's evil.
This is how you avoid yourself from having actual conversations and dialogue.
I don't give a fuck. Anyone can back this up. Listen, I don't care. I said, was Hitler evil? You said, I didn't know the guy. I read the definition of evil. You said, yes, he was wicked. Is Hitler evil?
I'm not going to partake in this group thing.
I'm out. I'm out. I don't care. Call me immature. I'm out. Say everything all you want. I don't care. I'm out. No, I don't care. I'm not doing that shit. He's doing it for reactions. He's smiling and shit. He knows what he's doing.